because this is not free money.
I've heard people thinking of absconding. I'll get this loan. They will give me 100,000 to pay for my tuition, to pay for my feeding and whatever. And then once I'm done, I abscond. Is that possible?
Not in US and Canada, bro.
Hello. Welcome back to our channels. And we have somebody who has been here before. Joe.
Yeah.
So exactly a year ago, Joe was on this channel to talk about how to get a loan to move to Canada or the US.
Yeah.
Check out the video. Here or here. Just check out the video. So now we are going to talk about what you need to know. Because after we made the first video, a lot of people had comments, a lot of people had questions, a lot of people started applying to different loans, especially the Empower loan, which is open for graduate students who are not from the United States or Canada. It's open to graduate students from Africa, from Asia, from different parts of the world. So many students were applying, and they had so many questions. Many students were approved. In some cases, many students maybe were not approved. So, Joe, welcome back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about things you think everybody needs to know before applying for a loan.
Okay, so I think before you make the decision to apply for a student loan, you probably have done a lot of thinking. Specifically for your financial aspect, you've thought a lot about it. You're also thinking of repayment and all that, but it all comes down to preparation. Okay, so I think the first thing is you are going for more debt, and so you have to settle your previous debt. Yeah, loans are debt. Okay, just that there are debts that are worthy and there are debts that are unworthy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to look at your previous debt and make sure you settled them before, because you are taking this loan in a place like America and they don't joke with your credit check.
Yeah.
Okay, so wherever you are taking the loan from, before they even chose to give loans to people from that part of the world, it means they have done due diligence to your financial system. So they know how to contact banks. They know how to find out if you have loans you have unpaid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have some credit that you are yet to clear.
And it will surprise you. There is even a student that I had that was owing just $3 in Nigeria. Yeah, just $3, and their loan was refused because of that. Because
you have to be clear.
Yeah.
All these loan apps that you take small little money.
Yeah, that was what he did. He said he bought a phone online, and he paid, but it was left with just $3, and he was like, oh. $3 is not.
$3.
Yeah, so Empower refused him, and they sent a decision letter that he's owing $3.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so they have done that due diligence. So they know how to contact the banks, and as long as they have your date of birth in your application, your full name, they can find out if you are owing or not.
So I would say the first thing you should know before applying to a student loan to come over to the US or to Canada is to make sure that you are creditworthy, to make sure that you have no debt hanging over you.
Pay your debts off.
Pay all your debts off. Be clear. That's one.
And then here is the catch.
Okay.
So your debt is not actually a problem if you declare it in your application when you are starting the application.
Okay, during the application, there is a place you could declare.
Yeah, they'll ask you if you are owing a bank or something before this application. You write the name of the bank, the amount of money you are owing. Normally, there is a drop-down menu that you can even find your bank.
It is for Empower.
Yeah, for Empower.
Okay.
Okay, but if you have missed payment, let's say you are owing your country, you decided not to pay. So the bank has...
Why do people do that?
People do that a lot. And that's the biggest refusal reason that we've had so far. A lot of the students that were refused their loans were just based on that.
I didn't introduce something. Joe is the Empower ambassador. You know, when we did our first video, Joe wasn't Empower ambassador. But after that video, Joe became Empower ambassador. Now, Joe knows so much more 1 year later in applying to student loans. Yeah. So he's speaking from a place of authority, a place of knowledge.
Yeah.
Please, let's heat to his advice.
Yeah. So if you have missed payment, let's say in your country, you were paying for a car or you were paying for your student loan and you stopped paying. So you have missed payment.
Yeah.
That one is not what I'm talking of. If you have missed payment, they will reject the loan upright because it means you wouldn't pay. Because imagine you are owing
But how
thousand.
about, life challenges, things happen, you miss a payment, but you paid the next month.
That is why we have credit history. So me being here, if let's say I'm owing Empower and then I'm having financial difficulties, as a responsible person, you let the bank know this is my situation. Then they declare you bankrupt. Any company that is finding your credit and they say, okay, you went through the right process, they will now consider that as a debt. And then Empower will refinance that loan first. So they will pay it off. And then they add it to your new debt.
But declaring bankruptcy is never a good idea.
Yeah, but at least that is
Shows
the
you're
way to
responsible.
go. Or you can defer payment. Banks allow deferred payment.
Okay.
Let's say my finances are not good. I can choose not to declare bankruptcy. I can just apply for loan deferment. Okay. And in America, you can even defer up to 24 months. In other countries, up to a year. Okay. So you just tell your bank, I'm having financials, this. So I want to defer for 12 months. And your credit will be perfect. They will only postpone the payment.
Yeah.
That one, if any financial institution sees, they will actually be happy because they will like, okay, this person is a credit-worthy person. He's an honest person.
It shows a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
You monitoring your credit, you're making sure you don't owe. When you owe, you let them know what's going on.
Yeah. But if you stop paying your loans back in your country, you were like, oh, I'm free. And they are going to bring it out. And then, funny enough, the banks in Africa, they report these debts on TransUnion.
Yeah, it's like some organization
around the world. It's a credit system.
Yeah, I mean the financial system is connected. Check the quick teller, Visa,
Good.
Mastercard.
Good.
They're all connected.
So they report on it. So immediately anybody enters your name on your date of birth to give you a loan anywhere advanced in the world, it will show. Now this person.
Your profile will show.
Yeah,
This person, red flag.
Yeah, $100 you didn't pay. And remember the money you're even owing back is not really a lot. So if you can't pay $100, how are you going to pay 50,000?
I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so they wouldn't take that risk. And then 2, you have to also make sure that you have a bank account back in your home country. You know, you are a graduate student. So taking the loan companies know that you are in the working class.
Okay.
Because you're a graduate student.
You're finished college.
Yeah, you are in the working class.
Experience.
Yeah, so having a bank account shows you are financially capable. Because imagine you are moving to
who...
Yeah, we have PhD students, master's students. We tell you, I don't even have bank account.
This is not funny. This is not funny. Maybe there could be different reasons. Could be, I mean, whatever reason.
Yeah, but it's serious. Even if you have an account and there's not much money in it, it at least shows you have something going on with your life. Because this is higher learning. You have not even figured out after your bachelor's and you want to do master's on loan. When you have not even figured life out. That is why if you are applying for the loans, all the loan companies in US, not just Empower, they will ask of your work employment history. Because they want to know, that this guy,
that your potential.
Yeah, so if you don't have a bank account, you are working on table for cash, it will be difficult for them to approve the loan. So just at least have a bank account. Just show that you have some money. After all, if you had so much money, you wouldn't be taking a loan.
Yeah.
So they don't care about the amount of money you have. But show them you are a responsible person. You have a bank account, you have money going in, money coming out. Okay. And then 3rd, we look at your criminal history. You might think criminal history does not have anything to do with finances, but it has a lot to do with the risk when we are evaluating your risk. Because if you are, let's say you are on sex offender list, okay, if you move here, automatically the US, if any job you apply to, if they do your criminal check, they are also seeing this sex offender. So who is going to hire you to repay our loan back to us?
So they check the criminal. But wait, are there categories of this criminal history?
Yeah.
How about
not just any, if it's a traffic
offense?
So we don't care, they don't care about that. But things like sex offenders, those stuff, yeah, they know that it wouldn't be easy for you to land a good job.
How about you not, let's say you have a case in court?
Okay, that's not a problem. Okay. But if there is actually a crime on your background, and they're like, oh, this guy, because you know you are here in US, and they don't take those things lightly. You might be qualified for a job, have all the credentials, but they realize, oh, you were at some point a sex offender. So we look at that too. So if you can certify this, And then you personally as a student, ask yourself, do you really want to take a loan? Because it's not just about having all the documents, the bank accounts and everything. What you are coming to study, do you really want to take a loan?
So you should be conscious of the program.
Yeah, because this is not free money.
If I can suggest, it has to be STEM program.
Yeah. Because, genius, imagine you are taking this amount of money. By the time you graduate, obviously you've used about 60,000 with your tuition and everything.
Yeah.
And you don't find a job and you are now struggling through life and you are paying loans. It's a lot of stress.
Yeah, you need to be able to clear it up.
Yes. So how you are coming to study should be something that can clear off your loans. There are some courses that if you get into the job field, you don't even recognize you are paying loans. Okay, so with engineering
Even there's
courses,
even some jobs when they employ you, they pay the loan for you.
yeah, majority of the jobs. Actually, if you're employed in US here, if you're employed in the civil sector, like education, most of the schools will pay off your loans.
Or if you become a professor.
Yeah, they'll pay off your loans.
So if you're doing a PhD.
Yeah, and there are some companies.
Take a loan and do a
Yeah,
PhD.
there are some companies they'll pay off your loan. Like companies like Ernst & Young, Google, Tesla. They have loan repayment programs for their workers, so they'll pay off your loans. But even if you don't find yourself in any of those companies and you studied a science-related course, the salaries here are crazy.
Science, mathematics,
Yeah,
engineering.
the salaries here are crazy. I'm studying engineering management, so let me use myself as an example, okay? So I landed a job, but unfortunately I have not graduated yet, so they asked me to
Imagine,
contact them.
in the US, this guy is still a student and he's landing a job.
Yeah, I landed a job. So it was with Chevrolet Honda in Market. And my starting salary for a year was around $120K. $120 at $120,000 a year. A year.
Starting salary, he's still a student, he has not graduated. And he's like, should I accept this job offer or not?
Yeah, because there are also others that you can look at.
And maybe he's not going to accept it.
Yeah, no, because I'm looking at others. There are also big companies. There are companies that actually, you can start around 180K as an engineering manager. Okay, and because I'm in STEM, I'm an engineering manager. I didn't land the job.
You also have a background before?
Yeah, in mechanical engineering. But this is it. I didn't get this job by studying music. I'm not looking down on music, but in this part of the world, there are certain courses that if you have to study here, like music, history and all that, you should be someone who is really passionate about it.
And then exceptional.
Yeah, exceptional to shine with it. And then 2, you shouldn't take a loan for such courses because you should look for scholarships, PhD, research.
Yeah.
To do those courses.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you might struggle a bit to find your way.
I'm studying communication and I don't think I will take a loan to come and do communication.
Yeah.
Even though I think I'm exceptional, but I don't think that's why I've got some scholarships.
Yeah.
I mean, almost all my education life has been sponsored by scholarships.
Yeah.
Imagine
and you are passionate about what you do.
Yes.
So even if nobody is employing you, you know what to do.
I will create something.
Good.
I mean, that's what education is for you to create, for you to be a creator.
And imagine being an entrepreneur, like you creating something and then you have to pay loans whilst you are creating and the thing has not even...
The business will die off.
Yeah, so you have to be careful how you are taking the loan for. Okay, because there are a lot of scholarships around that you can also go for. Yeah, but like I always say, not everybody can get a scholarship.
I mean, the chances,
especially in higher learning, 1%, I tell you, because recently we were looking at some statistics at Empower and realized that there are some scholarships that, the scholarships are like 5. And you know the number of students that apply, 20,000. And that 20,000, out of the 20,000, about 5,000 are exceptional students.
So how do they decide? Because sometimes I wonder that. Is it by luck?
It tends to balloting sometimes. So
after they see all the exceptional,
yeah, they're like, these people 100. Are all the same.
They are good.
Good. They all deserve the scholarship. So sometimes what they do is they write the names on pieces of papers and then they turn them and then they just pick random 3. Yeah, so that there wouldn't be any favoritism. Yeah. So I don't think you should plan your life.
For scholarships. I've got videos on scholarship. Check out the videos on scholarship. Please do apply for scholarship.
Yeah, but don't be dreaming with scholarships. Like you sit there and like, oh, next year by December I'll apply scholarship and I'll move to US by October. And please don't plan your life like that. That's risky. Yeah, because you are intelligent. I understand that, but there are also people that are also intelligent like you. A lot of them. and you are all fighting for the same scholarships. So I always say that apply scholarships and apply the loan at the same time. If you get the scholarship, you can always push the loan aside. But if you don't get the scholarship, you still get to move to the US or Canada or anywhere you want to go to. And one thing we're also looking at is be prepared to pay back the loan before you take the loan. Because this is not free money.
I've heard people thinking of absconding. I'll get this loan. They will give me 100,000 to pay for my tuition, to pay for my feeding and whatever. And then once I'm done, I abscond. Is that possible?
Not in US and Canada, bro. Sometimes you should think of things this way. This country is being run on loan system. It's called credit system. Right? Anything you see somebody having in America, only few people buy it in cash.
Yeah. The majority has some loan.
So if they can't take the money back, they wouldn't be giving it. They are specialists at taking money back from you.
They're specialists at getting the money.
Their money back. So for that one, forget. It's not even an option. Because if you decide to abscond, okay, where are you absconding to? You have worked so hard.
How about if you die?
If you die, loans are insured in America.
Okay, the insurance company pays
they'll
for
pay
it
the
and
loan.
then that goes.
Yeah.
So if you want to abscond...
the best way to abscond is to die. The best way. For that one, no problem. No. But why would you want to abscond? Because look at it from this angle. You have worked so hard to come here. I don't know where you are coming from. People are coming from far places in Africa. Sometimes you are the only person in your family that has gotten to this level in life, and you don't know who you are going to be tomorrow. And in this America, your life can change in a second.
Yeah.
And you can be making $1 million in a month. How much did you take in student loans? You can pay it off. Yeah, so why would you throw this opportunity, this huge opportunity away just because of... And remember, once you start working, maybe your first car you might even buy is more than your student loans. So it's not really worth it for you to abscond.
So no one should think of absconding.
No. You mess up your credit score too, your credit history.
You make life more difficult for yourself.
For yourself in America. Yeah, and imagine being in America without green card and credit history too. Hey.
You'll be hiding, You'll be doing odd jobs.
Yeah, and that will not help.
Yeah.
That will not help. So that one is not even an option for you. But like I said, you have to look at the fact that this is money you have to repay. Okay, this is not free money. This is not like a scholarship like what juniors have. Juniors sleeps. He can sleep anytime. Me, when I'm sleeping, I remember my debt. I just stand up and start reading. It's my debt that makes me learn, bro. Because I'm like...
What do you mean I learned too?
I know, but you see, how I'm seeing the world right now. For instance, when I'm in class with my white friends, most of them are on scholarships and all that. When some are even playing basketball, I'm like, bro, these guys are enjoying. But me, the stuff they are writing, I've paid like $10 per word.
He spent $10 per word.
So I have to listen to what they are teaching.
Because
I'm paying for this thing.
Because you're alone.
I'm paying for this thing. Because remember, one course is like 3 credits, okay? So you are paying over 4,000 plus per course, right, in Michigan Tech. And I'm taking 9 credits per semester. So this semester, tuition alone, I've paid about $12,000, right? Now, $12,000, and I'll not learn.
Wow.
Bro.
That's a lot of money.
Man, that's a lot of money, so I have to learn. So I think the loans will even make you learn.
Loan encourages learning.
I tell you, loan is the best average booster. It will boost your average. Yeah. And in case you fail a course, you have to re-register the course, which means you are using your loan to pay again.
Oh, if you fail a course, you have to register again.
That course again.
Pay
again.
Never fail a course.
No, and this is loan. If it was free, bro.
That's not.
Yeah, so you should know this is money you have to pay back. And you pay back every dime. This is America. They don't forgive loans. America is facing a student loan crisis right now.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So it's
but still everybody is paying.
But I think the government is trying to forsake those who have paid up to half or something like
that.
Yeah,
but you see all these things around federal student loans.
Yeah.
Not as private. Ours is private. Yes. So what happens is if you don't pay a private loan, the loan company sells the loan to a debt collector. So in America, we have what we call debt collectors. They buy loans.
So they are happy to go get them.
Yes, with the interest they are going to get. So let's say you took $50,000, you decided not to pay. My bank will now forget about the interest because they know it's better getting their money than losing it. So a debt collector will pay
the 250.
Yeah, the money to the bank without interest. You get it? Because that's the opportunity cost of the loan.
Yes.
So they'll give it, and then they will now carry the loan plus the interest. And these debt collectors are working with the court.
They have the police, they have the departments with them.
One thing is, any money received in your name, as long as you are in America, you have Social Security. They can take it before it trace your account. The debt collectors.
So they don't even need your permission.
No.
Oh, I see.
They will only send you an email that your loan has been sold to them, and they will take the money. That's all. Your car, they will take your car away. If you have a house, they can sell it off. Every means they will get the money. That's somebody's business.
So when you take a loan, the only option is to succeed.
You don't have any option than to succeed. You have to succeed. Though. But the thing is, with this America, any job you find, at least you can be paying off your student loan, pay your rent, and still be comfortable.
Do you think the percentage of these loans are favorable?
Very
Because
favorable.
I know there are different percentage interest they add.
Especially for what I can speak more about is Empower Finance.
Yes.
Because you see, if you take a loan and the loan has a variable interest, then the percentage will not be favorable. Normally the students are thinking of the percentage value. If someone tells you this loan is 5%, that's what they are looking at. But that's not how loans work.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so we are in 2024 right now. Okay,
Yes.
if you count 10 years backwards from now, that would be 2014. $100 today
It's not the same.
as $100 in 2014.
Yes.
So if somebody had $100 in 2014, it could have done a lot of things.
Yes.
But $100 today cannot really do anything.
That much, yeah.
Okay, so if a bank gives you a loan, they tell you it has a variable interest. It means as time goes on, the interest changes with inflation.
It will be increasing.
Yes.
Oh.
So let's say I finished my education, I'm paying $500. In 3 years' time, I might be paying $800 because of inflation.
So you need something that's
yes.
stable.
So you always feel it. What you pay, you feel it because it will be something tangible every time out of your income. Okay. But if the loan you are taking is a fixed interest rate, what you pay today is the same thing you are paying.
10 years coming.
Good.
So, and that means as the inflation rises,
It eases on you. Yes.
It's becoming smaller for you.
So imagine, Juniors, 10 years ago, if someone took a student loan, their monthly payment would have been $30. That was like some money that time. But today, if you are paying $30 student loan, how much is pizza?
It's like nothing. It's like eating a
Good.
And that's what you pay in a month.
Good. So someone that took a loan with a fixed interest is now comfortable. But the person with the variable interest will not be paying $30. They'll be paying $1,000 now.
Yes.
Because they move along with the
That makes a
inflation.
lot of sense. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I never researched on this.
Yeah, so before you take a loan, check what kind of interest you are taking. Because Empower is giving fixed interest rate. Okay. And the reason why they are doing that is you don't really know the fate of the international student and what can happen.
I mean, a lot of things can happen.
Okay, yeah.
That's just general with life.
Yeah. And Empower was funded by international students.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it was funded by 2 international students. They struggled financially when they were studying.
Okay, this is why they created
Yeah,
this.
so
Because
that's how they created it.
I think they are the only ones who in America here who gives
Yeah, without co-signer.
without yes.
Yeah, they are
The
taking a
the
big
others-
risk.
The others need you to get a citizen.
Yeah, when they came in, when they were studying, they wanted loans. But any bank you go to, they'll ask you to look for a citizen to co-sign for you. And Juniors, you know this America, people don't joke with money. So if you co-sign and the person doesn't pay,
you pay.
You pay.
Yeah.
So imagine who does that here? Unless you are like
Nobody will sign for you by chance.
Unless you are their child.
Yes.
Yeah, or their wife or something. So they went through that kind of hassle. And they were like, okay, why don't we create a system where students can come in without co-signers? And then, so Empower is like actually an innovation. It's not a bank.
They trust humanity, actually.
Yes.
And that's really,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
So Empower, and people think Empower is a bank. Empower gives loans. Empower is not a bank. Empower is an innovation.
Yeah.
The bank behind the money you are seeing is Bank of Lake Mills.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the biggest banks in the world.
Oh, I see.
So if you look at your loan decision letters you get from Empower, normally you see Bank of Lake Mills behind it. So it's like Empower and Bank of Lake Mills.
Okay.
So they are the one bringing the money. And Empower is the one that created this whole
The system.
Empower is a fintech.
But that was smart and
Yeah.
it's wow, that's helping a lot of students.
Yeah.
Because many students won't be here without Empower loan.
I tell you. The education here is very expensive.
Super.
It's
I think
very
it's the most
expensive.
expensive in the world.
In the world, yeah.
The education
Very
in America,
expensive.
It's very, very expensive.
Yeah. But the thing is, once you find a job,
Bye.